What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Alphaville, and we're back to begin the next chapter in this journey, and there's something else in this batch of videos tonight that may catch your interest, but before we get to that, yes, we're moving on to the 1997 album Salvation. Thank you again to Yun for providing the Alphaville material, and to all those who've commented now for seemingly a couple years. I don't remember exactly when we started the Alphaville deep dive, but I think it's roughly 2 years ago. In any case, the first song on Salvation is Inside Out, which would suggest that the normal functionality, situation, or perspective of something has been inverted, such that the side, which is meant to be inside, is now turned outward, and thus things are not in their standard arrangement. Now, of course, that lends itself well to emotional or other figurative understandings. And if it is something like emotion, then your emotions being turned inside out could mean they've been disrupted or distorted, or maybe things which are normally internal are now visible and expressing outward, whether you intend for that to be the case or not. So yes, I feel like there's a lot of potential figurative / poetic meaning afoot in the title, but it is just a 2-word phrase, so I'll have to see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Alphaville. The track is Inside Out, and it's the first tune on their 1997 album, Salvation.
Full of hours sent from the earth, a traveling companion, the secret of us, from darkness to darkness. Where shall I begin? When whiteness attacked us, soon under our skin, and there were the stars that helped to navigate our souls. With all my love, I went into the world from inside out, and I gave it all to you, and I need your love that was looking for me, just on my lips. Look for your kiss, just on my lips. Look for your kiss. And always I think where we might have gone if we never met inside this song. Our names are enciphered, but the words became true when I was the sun and you were the moon, and there were the stars that helped to navigate our souls. Was all my love, I went into the world
an album opener. And definitely, again, the evolution of their sound has been remarkable to follow release to release. And of course, even within the albums, there's been variety, but very 80s danceable synth pop sound by and large in the earliest stuff, and then moving into this more atmospheric, sometimes jazz infused sound with the early 90s material. And now I would say this was like down tempo ambient, but with some electronic touches that are maybe a throwback to the earliest stuff, and yet with more modern production styling. So yeah, a very down tempo ambient, even Sybient. Again, I'm a big fan of Sybient, which is to say ambient with like psychedelic stylings, often with some percussion, so more formally down tempo. But this is in that range, and there's some different melodic layers. There was a real like Morse code telegram, like single beep melodic line. Then there was a melodic line that had a, what's the right word, like a more celestial or extraterrestrial type of sound. Then there was that almost trance style melody which came in a little bit more than halfway through the track, and each time it felt like we were going to a different level. Now, I didn't catch all the lyrics, but clearly there is something about internal, external, and not just in terms of his emotions and wanting love, and what was it like, wanting this other person's love that was looking for him. Like, I think there's a bit of like two-sided nature what he's saying, but he talked about like under the skin, which again is like internal versus the external, but bringing out, by describing it, he is taking what is underneath, what is inside, and trying to express it, which is very much, what emotions are, I would say, when they affect your behavior and your words. But I don't quite know how to read some of the lines. It does feel like maybe there is a celestial element, because he was saying something about like under the stars or something having to do with the stars, but then like trying to navigate maybe the feelings or what is down here between them. So curious about the lyrics, but the vocals, they're definitely the star here. Just a really incredible vocal performance from Marion. And already there was like the normal line, then he went to a higher intensity and passion, and then he really started soaring in, I think it was the chorus, but yeah, he brought it to like a third extraterrestrial level in his vocals. So yeah, the real standout feature here are Marion's vocals, but I love this down-tempo, like 90s trip-hop sort of sonic environment in which his vocals were expressed. So yeah, a really lovely tune. Absolutely enjoyed that. Looking forward to the rest of the album. Again, shout out to Yun and to all the folks who've been part of this Alphaville journey. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the record. Hello, Luca. Do let me know what you think, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.